Hey, I'm Harry. I'm a freelance drum teacher in the UK and I've built an app without knowing how to code. And I'm building this series to see if it will actually work. But first, let's get into how it first started. I started learning drums when I was 9 years old. Parents found someone in the local directory and I had this drum teacher for several years until I decided that I was going to pause drums for a little while. And there was this period where I didn't really get a sense of direction, didn't really know where I was heading. This was kind of the most challenging part of my drumming journey because I just didn't really have a sense of direction. And as it turns out, there are a lot of drummers out there who also experience the same kind of thing. And it's this beautiful, but also not so beautiful part of being a musician. It's what makes music special. But eventually I turned into a freelance drum teacher. It wasn't until I gained experience back with students where I started to become reminded of my own experiences. And one day I was sitting down and I just got really frustrated with how I was practicing. I thought to myself, there must be a better way to practice. So 2 years, I decided to start ideating everything, noted everything down, started doing my market research, started using tools because I knew that I wasn't really going to be able to hire anyone. I didn't have the money to do that, but I knew that there was a tool out there which is a bit of a mixed bag, but I decided this was the only way I was going to really know whether this was an idea worth pursuing. And during that period, I've been using Claude to help me get my ideas out and essentially give me feedback so I can see whether these ideas actually work in a developer sense. And about 11 months ago, I submitted the app to the App Store and it got accepted. And since then, I've been using it myself and constantly reiterating it to get to version 4.20 at the time of this recording. What this app does, it helps to serve the gap between lessons. And this is quite a common thing within music hubs and just music institutions in general. It's that how can we serve people's progression outside of lesson times? Essentially, it's minimizing all the scatteredness. Everything's all on the internet. And because it's on the internet, whilst it's all in one place, it's also not in one place. You have to go to a lot of different URLs to get to a video which might be suitable for you, but probably isn't. Whilst I don't know how to code still, I've spent the past couple of years at least gaining an understanding of the architecture of how code works, but using AI to do that for me, to handle all of that whilst I handle everything from the creative aspects from my own mind. Because I bet some people out there would be going, you're just letting AI tell you what to do. And that's not the case. I'm telling AI what to do. And with AI being better at me at coding, AI is informing me whether that's a good decision or not, or what the workaround is. And on the screen now, you can see what this is. This is Partner. And I've not used this in a while because I've been taking a break from actually practicing myself as it's the summer holidays. So on here you can see that this is not generative AI. It's not handing over to you some random routine. It's your practice routine that you're going to make. And this is the pro accounts. This is what months of usage looks like. Riley will be using your own data, which isn't shared third party. It's all contained within the app. And it's only me developing it. So everything you see on the app now is just all of your data reflected back to you. This is what you see on the homepage. You go down, you see your 3-month goal, you see your session. And when you first start using it, you will need to build your own session into it. You'll need to learn how you're going to practice and what routine works for you. Again, this is not replacing you. This is getting you to be more consistent, for you to get involved with how you practice. You see your own practice, you can do a quick session. If you're struggling to keep time, you can see how you're practicing actually on the drum kit, which is a new feature. You can connect MIDI data to your phone. Then you can see everything else. You can see, oh, this is a new feature, so I've not really been using it that much recently, but that's not the point. And then you can see your journey. So everything is all intuitive. It's all seamlessly connecting together. And this is much, much, much better than writing everything scattered in a notebook or trying to gain information from the internet. So my lesson for all you guys out there, you don't need to know how to do something in order to do it. Of course, if you've got the capacity, then you can hire someone else. But if you don't have the capacity, which many people in the world increasingly don't have the capacity, then you will need to use a tool that is readily available. And this combination of readily available tools is now the reason why people without the skill to do something can now do it. All you need to do is have an idea and understand what the goal is, what the mission is, and what you're aiming for. Of course, you need to spend lots of time with it. It took a while to get to a point where I was actually happy with it. Looking back, I'll probably pop it on the screen now. It looked like absolute dog crap. It looks awful. But that's kind of like the point. Like, it's not, again, all these tools aren't gonna fix everything for you. You have to fix it. And by the end of the series, the whole point is to be able to answer the main question, is anyone actually going to be using it still, or was it going to be a totally dead app? Again, out of everything I've ever had, I was quite an imaginative kid when I was younger. I had lots of ideas about creating zero-emission trains and stuff like that, but nothing was ever taken advantage of. So now this is me coming back to my entrepreneurial spirit and start off something which I'm knowledgeable about as a drum teacher and seeing how far I can take it. In terms of this series, there are a few things in terms of what success means for me. Success number one is reoccurring users, which I think is pretty common for most businesses, but having people, even if it's only a handful of people, who are actually using the app and they stay with the app. Success number two is actually getting and staying in music institutions. It's getting institutions on board and actively using it. Three is the side quest, which is a dream to have my own soundproof studio and my dream car, which is the Polestar brand. Now, this isn't me being materialistic. This is just wanting my own space to play drums on acoustic drums, not electronic drums, because technically I already have the dream. It's just not the end dream. And also a car I really enjoy driving, like simple as that. Apart from the series, I'll be uploading videos when I've got something worth sharing about any developments that I've made, and also any updates for when I'm getting closer to my goal. The goals which I'm basing the success of this series. Practice makes products. Maybe see you in another video. Take care and keep drumming.